What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jason Explorer here. Now today, I was originally not gonna cover this because I genuinely just didn't care about it, and I'm just like, well, people are gonna talk about it anyway, so I ain't gonna cover it. And that's kind of how I am with a lot of things. I genuinely don't cover it because I know people are just gonna talk about it anyway without me jumping on it. And I'm not the type of person to jump the gun when it comes to things, but it came on my Twitter timeline. Then I'm just like, oh, if I gotta see it, then I'm about to blast everything. So that's pretty much the reason why I'm like, screw it. I'm about to pretty much go on my way to talk about this subject here. And obviously, it's the drama that is with VShojo and the whole doxing situation and Nux's involvement with, that video that he put out, I think like yesterday, 2 days ago. I don't know how long, but pretty much, yeah, that video started up a lot of drama and a lot of discourse, and pretty much got the people on the internet fighting for their lives out here on the fences of VShojo and on the fences of Nux. And it's pretty wild, honestly. So, from what I can gather, and unfortunately, because I wasn't the person that cared and really didn't want to jump the gun on this situation, I didn't watch Nux's video. So I have absolutely almost damn near no information to go on this except for Twitter, and Twitter is not the most reliable place. So I'm pretty much trying to figure out information and try to get this all under wraps, but it's kind of biting me in the ass for not watching that video. So yeah, definitely gotta do what I can here and try to get you the most accurate picture I can paint you, because that's pretty much the goal of this entire thing. So Nux went out his way to talk about VShojo having a little doxing problem, which that has been happening all over the VTuber community, which he also covered in another video. But pretty much that's been happening all over the VTuber community, and it just so happened to go to go in the way of VShojo ever since October with their auditions and stuff. And how people have been warning everybody like, hey, be careful, because people will be trying to scam and act like they VShojo and they're not. And from that point, Nux has been working with VShojo to try to take down these doxing ass people. That's fine. That's absolutely good. Take them down. F these guys. But, and then, as time went on, they probably had got enough stuff and enough things to get in enough evidence to pretty much shut some of those people down, and they managed to do so. But the way they kind of went about it is a bit weird, because Nux uploaded a video talking about what happened. Obviously the video I didn't watch, and then pretty much went out his way to talk about the process and what they had to do and all that type of stuff, I'm assuming. And then VShojo recently put out a little thing about their cybersecurity, talking about, hey, we worked with Nux, some things went off, we were just doing our thing out here, and pretty much from what I understand, VShojo, from Nux's terms, at least from what I'm getting, is that he said that, VShojo was fine with it. They was chill. They didn't mind it at all. They got the green light to pretty much put this video up. And so I'm like, oh, that's fine, I suppose. That's that's kind of 100% whatever, I guess. But then you got some of the people, then you got majority of the members of VShojo themselves, the main talent, they go out their way and just start wailing on the man. Like, this man, these girls are going off like Nux had accidentally broke their whole entire birthday cake and then just, went ham. Like, it looked like a whole ham route went wrong. What happened? So that's kind of where we kind of at now. And then not too long ago, about, I'll say 5 hours of this, I would say 5 hours ago of this recording, that Nux put out a tweet longer talking about how when he put out this video, he wanted to pretty much protect the people protect the members of VShojo and pretty much try to do everything he can to take these doxers down. And that's what I'm getting from this. But so there's a lot that's going on here, and I'm just gonna kind of go off the top of my head and kind of just give you my thoughts on it, and kind of see where my logic is when it comes to this, because this is a lot and I'm not going to really remember everything, but I'm going to try. So when it comes to VShojo, number one, and as a and for all in any companies at all, I think Sharonwe says it best.
You should know that I can't stand joining groups or organizations. I'm not a herd mentality type, more individual.
So yeah, that's pretty much my standpoints on companies. So number one, when it comes to VShojo, I'm gonna straight up say that Nux kind of made VShojo look a little weak, in my personal opinion. Because if some doxing and stuff is going down like this, personally, if I'm running a company, I would probably want this under wraps and secrecy, or at least I would want this to be, you know, not in the public's eye too much, and try to do this with, you know, as much, you know, secrecy and things I can possibly do. That's kind of my thing, especially in this type of degree, because with Nux putting that video out, obviously it's warning to other people that could potentially try to dox other people of VShojo, try to make them run away, let them run away and hide, and then pretty much it might even get more harassment on the girls, which is something that you don't want to have happen, and that's something that potentially could happen now. And obviously, yeah, you took down the 2 doxers from what I've heard. You took down the 2 doxers, but that's not everybody that probably was involved. So, you know, there could be more people out there, but now they're covering their tracks and they probably don't know. And now we have a whole bunch of other nonsense that we probably didn't need to deal with. So, you know, that's a thing. And then with, you know, the video going out, you also have, there's one other thing too. Now I kind of want to point out is that even though he said VShojo gave him the green light, the members obviously did not want that video going out, mainly because there was some information in there that was pretty sensitive, but Nux kind of did it anyway. And that's also another thing that was the major talking point of this entire thing. So that's also a thing that people need to tackle when it comes to this discussion as well. Because in my mind, I mean, like, if VShojo were the people were like, you know, saying, oh, Nux got the green light, why would the female members of the group be tripping out? And I think that's also a big part where people are kind of flipping out and not knowing what the hell is going on and who to side with, because that's right there is big trouble. Because Nux they said it's good, but the girls in all of them saying that, nah, it's not good, fam. So that is some conflicting information here, and I feel like we're missing a huge ass piece of the puzzle that we're not seeing, and it's very, 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 very weird. So what could that big puzzle be? I don't think it's that they weren't told that this was going down, because Neandros came down in a Discord server, I believe, talking about the situation, how she had to help out with that situation as well. So I don't necessarily think that they kept it in some type of secrecy away from the girls. I think they all knew, but there is some major piece of the puzzle that I'm not really grasping here, and I'm not really getting at all, and I think a lot of people are really confused about when it comes to where they should side themselves. And I believe in one other message that Neandros had put out was that, like, because Nux put out the video, VShojo had to put out that statement saying that we're riding down with Nux and stuff like that. And that really is that's some shit, ain't it? That's kind of crazy. Because what I'm getting from that is basically because Nux put out that video, VShojo had to pretty much cover their own ass and say, oh yeah, we told Nux that was fine. We like, no worries over here. Potentially trying to get the public not to really worry about anything, but all it did was just make more discourse happen, just because VShojo themselves wanted to try to cover their own ass, as from what I can tell. So that's also, you know, not really great. And it just, again, this situation just having a bits of pieces and parts that's really missing, that we're not really getting all the way. And someone is obviously lying here. So, you know, there are some things going on. And I don't think it's the girls that's lying here, mainly because if it was that big of an issue, why would legit almost all of them be talking some noise? So that's kind of, the problem here. And I say almost all of them because I say that because I haven't seen anything of Melody, and she hasn't said anything, and I don't think she is gonna say anything. Which, fair game, fair play, fair play, fair play, fair play, fair play, queen, fair play. So, I don't. But majority of everybody else has said something about it regarding, this entire thing, and that's pretty much, where we're at right now. There's also something I want to point out too, and I'm like, how did VShojo just only started talking about, getting cybersecurity and stuff and taking it seriously? They should have had that day one before they even started thinking about VShojo as a true formal concept. They should have got that handled, because information just keep going out in and out on the internet like it ain't nothing these days, especially. And so anytime when you see some nonsense happening when it comes to doxing and stuff, obviously security and your safety is the best thing you need to have, and that should have been talked in from day one to get a super group of people to go against it. When it comes to doxing and leaking information, that should have been number one priority on VShojo's list, because safety is everything. I mean, if the talent isn't saved, then they ain't gonna really perform their job now, aren't they? And most likely they're not gonna really bother with working with VShojo. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the girls at this current point in time are holding their cards fairly close to each other, because they probably don't know if they want to keep riding with VShojo or not ride, or do want to ride with VShojo. They probably can't say too much now because, maybe they're under some type of contract where they can't say anything that would tarnish VShojo's name and reputation. But this situation is kind of doing that for the company itself. So, and it's not like, and again, it's not like even if they were to say anything, it's not like it really would hurt them too bad. Maybe, I don't know, there could be a contract there where, could just be against everything I'm saying right now. But remember, also, the VTubers that is involved with VShojo are independent. They are not, owned by VShojo like that. They are their own independent IPs and pretty much people, and they can do whatever they want whenever they want. And that's kind of how it is when it comes to the talents of VShojo as well. Another thing I want to add too, that these girls are again going off like, my goodness, like they were saying like they're going off and being like, oh, you use the word friend, but you keep using that word friend for a lot of different things, and it's really not great, and you keep doing things that, isn't like a friend to do. And there's some stuff in Neander's message on Discord, which was like, wait, what? Seriously? So yeah, definitely there is a lot of shade being thrown here, and there's definitely a lot of stuff that's going on that even I don't understand. Like, I'm out here trying to figure this legal jargon out with all this drama and nonsense, but here I am, I can't even pass 3rd grade math, and I'm trying to figure out all this legal nonsense. The hell? So yeah, definitely there is some stuff going on here, and it's really, I would say, annoying, but also really frustrating, because I can't figure out everything that I want to when it comes to this situation, and most likely they're going to try to keep it under wraps to the point we can't figure everything out necessarily. So that's annoying, unless somebody come out and talk about it, but it's whatever. And most likely Nux didn't give out every single piece of information that came out from that video and from that entire situation, so we're still grasping at straws here. My belief is that the reason why Nux put out that video is because of a ride of emotion. Now, I am someone that tries to suppress his emotion a lot because of just IRL things for me. And personally, I know what it's like to use emotions in ways where it shouldn't be used. And it's unfortunate when you use it in a way that potentially just harms somebody. Because really, from what it seemed like the girls are saying, it seems like Nux did more harm than good when it comes to this video. And I get it. The man got swatted himself. He got pretty much doxed himself as well. So I don't blame Nux for being on some high ass emotion. Like, 100%, I get it, my bro. But because you were on that emotion, if this is the case, that leads you to do certain things, because people, when they're using emotion as their, mental mind going forward, is gonna make people act real stupid, and it's gonna make people do really dumb decisions, and this is one of them. So definitely Nux might have been having some emotions going through his brain, like, oh, we're gonna get these damn doxers, these people ain't gonna hurt my damn friends, and pretty much try to do what he wanted by putting that video out and being like, we got these guys, which honestly Nux shouldn't have uploaded the video at all, because all it does is just really, again, put these girls at risk and put them in more hate and danger, and unnecessarily hate, and unnecessary amounts of hate and danger, which they really don't need to be in, because they are already huge public figures. The last thing they need is more things like this. And honestly, one other thing too that kind of makes me mad on a personal level is that it's just making more people that's already at the top harder to be friends with other people. It's really ridiculous, and I hate it. So it's not great, because I remember I literally just tweeted out not too long ago, like yesterday morning, talking about, or whenever this video is going up, talking about, oh, you know what, we cool if I got to be friends with Melody. Melody is actually pretty badass, you know what I mean? Like, she really damn cool. She liked my drawings and stuff. I think we could make a nice friendship work out and stuff. That would be really damn cool. But then, things like this happen, and then it makes stuff like that not really all that possible. And it's annoying as all hell. So, yeah, there is a lot of stuff that just kind of is annoying with this entire situation. And again, we're pretty much grasping at straws when it comes to everything. I know there's someone that's gonna put a video up that's far better than what I can do here, and I'm probably not gonna edit this video either, but I'm just trying to piece up everything together, even if I'm rambling and everything don't really sound like it's making any sense. I'm just trying to figure out everything as well, my peeps. I'm just trying to figure out everything as well. And I may not be doing a really good job of it. But I'm trying, okay? Just give me some slack. Also, one other thing that seems weird to me is that when Nux was trying to figure out these doxers and take them down, he was saying that he went through like an OnlyFans and pretty much had gotten information from an employee or someone that worked at OnlyFans from one other person, and try to lure out, or try to get, or from what I get, from what I'm understanding, get the person that was doing the doxing. And I'm like, wait, OnlyFans just hand out information like that? Never mind who, not even, it shouldn't even matter if the person is famous or not. You shouldn't, as a company, give out information of your people and your talent and employers and stuff like this. You're pulling some actual nonsense here, OnlyFans. You got a whole nother can of worms to explain. So I don't know what's going on here. So, I get Nux is trying to protect and discard these horrible doxer ass people. I get it. But when you ride on emotions like this, and especially when it comes to a legal ass case like this where investigations and authorities are involved, it just makes it harder for people to, catch the entire group of people that have been doing some nonsense. And all it really does is just let the people that might be a part of it get away, and maybe even cause more harassment down the line, and maybe even be more slick with it when it comes to doxing people next time. Who knows? Again, this is a very delicate situation that just can't be handled in certain ways. It's just like I say, it's kind of like how I talk about with the Lolly stuff. Like, not everybody can talk about it in the normal way. It's an unnormal situation, and this is another unnormal situation. You can't talk about it in a normal way, and really all this does is come off as the girls not knowing what the hell is going on, even though they may or may not, even though I think they do, but still, again, pieces of the puzzle is missing, and it makes the girls really upset with both VShojo and with Nux. And then Nux doing this, making VShojo looking weak because they can't handle this on their damn own, because they had to, because Nux came in and kind of did this. And I feel like VShojo might have already knew about this already by the time Nux had got in, and just be like, oh damn, we have to play ball with him, otherwise our company is gonna look like absolute shit. So that's kind of the thing. And they just had to kind of play the pieces where it lay as a company, as themselves, which is again kind of makes me give a little reminder of what happened with it. Kind of let me, I would say this situation kind of makes me think about the time I was talking about how did VShojo just get so many connections and so many things so quickly. Because if it was me and if I was running the company, I would not let anybody touch the talent until like a year later, because we're trying to do everything on our own, at least from that point, and then we could do everything else from other people, and then, you know, things could get involved, because maybe, for all we know, because of how many times they kept, for all I know, from how many times they could have collabed with other people and could have collabed with other companies, they could have easily just been like, yeah, we're gonna get information that way, that's how we're gonna get their information, when it comes to like the doxing and, you know, leakers, because that's just how, because you can't, because people in their security teams are different, you know, maybe one security team is strong, another security team may be weak, I don't know, but it's just, there's just many opportunities where they could have done some damage, and from what I'm guessing, and from what I know and heard, I think only 2 people were affected, so not everybody, but still pretty bad already, if you let even one person get hit with it. So yeah, there is a lot of information that's going out with this entire thing. Most likely the story is not done yet, and most likely maybe we'll do a part 2 to this, but we'll have to see. I don't know. I'm really needing to see what other people will talk about when it comes to this situation and them making videos on it before I go out of my way to make any more assumptions and more types of speculation when it comes to this entire thing. Also, my throat hurts. Damn. So yeah, that's pretty much, I think, everything I wanted to say when it comes to this. Honestly, for all the VShojo girls, even if you don't like them, you should at least lend them your support and just give them a little bit of support. Just give them enough support. Even if you don't like them for your various reasons, this is a serious ass situation here. And to be perfectly honest, I do think Nux is in the wrong on this one. I do think so. And because again, why would the VShojo girls flip out if this wasn't a big deal? And the fact that the fact that Nux went against their wishes to release that video only kind of goes to show that Nux is just doing this because his emotions was riding high, and it seems to be more evident. If you want to get stuff done, you know, you don't need to rely on emotion. It's a pretty crappy advice, but sometimes it works. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to talk about for this one, so hopefully you did enjoy. I'm totally not editing this video right now. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow me on Twitter, TikTok, like today, donate to the channel, Patreon, my personal PayPal is available as well. And until then, this is Roy J, signing off. Have a blessed day.